Welcome back, Jayhawks fans, to Over 50. Tomorrow night, the Kansas Jayhawks will travel to Boulder, Colorado to take on the Colorado Buffaloes. They are currently 9-3, 7-1 at home. They're a Pac-12 team. Once upon a time, they were part of the Big Eight, which is something I will allude to later in this video. But before I do that, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. Share this video with your friends out there, and I'll continue. Kansas is almost an 84% predicted to win according to ESPN. You can see the stats here. Abaji leads the Jayhawks in points, Brown in rebounds, Harris with assists. I believe this is Jabari Walker. Yeah, Jabari Walker. He's a sophomore out of Inglewood, California. He leads Colorado in both points and rebounds. So kind of a one-man show in Colorado, one-man band, so to speak. And I think that's why Colorado is already 9-3 going into the season. If you look at the team stats, I think Kansas should win this game. Whether they win it easy or not is going to depend on whether they have learned from the game against Stephen F. Austin what the concept of team defense is. Kansas averages almost 86 points a game, Colorado 71. Kansas gives up just not quite 68 points a game. Colorado gives up 65. You can see the field goal percentage. Kansas shoots it better. Kansas does not rebound it as well as Colorado does, and that's been a concern that Bill Self has had the whole season. He says he wants to see this team, one, develop a better concept of team defense, and two, to rebound the ball better. And of course, that number might have gone up if David McCormack would have played more than 10 minutes the last game. I mean, granted, him being out for only playing 10 minutes has not caused the Jayhawks to be 2.5 rebounds less per game than Colorado. But if he's on the floor, he at least gets 1 or 2 rebounds. He had no rebounds the last game. The Jayhawks have more assists, more blocks, more steals, and obviously they have a longer win streak. But that doesn't really matter because this early in the season, some schools, I always like to say, some schools, they have their schedule catered by Dolly Madison, and other schools actually go out and play people. And that leads me into my next page here. If we look at Colorado's schedule this season, their 3 losses have been at home against Southern Illinois, on the road at UCLA, and they dropped that one by 12 points. But UCLA is a solid team. They lost also to Tennessee at home, and they lost pretty handily by a score of 69-54 to Tennessee. So it seems like when they play a solid team or a team that has some ability, they don't play very well. You can see that they've beaten the likes of Montana State, New Mexico, Maine. So they lost to Southern Illinois, Duquesne, Brown, Stanford, Eastern Washington, Milwaukee, and then finally Cal State University at Bakersfield. So their schedule they've had a pretty good schedule. I mean, as far as, they're trying to make a tournament resume, that they're playing who they need to play. They're just not beating who they need to beat. And I think they're going to run into some problems tomorrow night against Kansas. Again, if you look at the roster here, the guy that you really need to watch out for is Jabari Walker. And trying to see if it'll pull up on him. He's 6'9", 215 pounds, sophomore forward. So, that would explain why he gets quite a bit of rebounds. Career stats last year, he played in 26 games, averaged 14 minutes for an average of 7.6 points per game. This year, 12 games played, so he's played in every game. He's just under 27 minutes. He's averaging about 13 points a game. So he's the bread and butter. He's the guy that the offense has to go through, and hopefully they expect him to carry the load. I think it's going to be a hard task for him. Of course, if Kansas doesn't play team defense, and if Colorado shoots garbage shots and makes them, it could be a long night. So whenever you're on the road and you're away from the confines of Fog Allen, anything can happen. But With that, I'm going to go ahead and shut this video down. Again, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, stack that like button. Leave a comment down below. Any questions that you have, share this video with your friends out there. And until next time, Jayhawks fans, I hope you're having a safe holiday season, and be safe and rock chalk.